everyone. So today, first of all, we're hanging out inside in the air conditioning today because it is already so freaking hot. And cue miserable Marie, first of all, just go girl. It is so freaking hot already and it's not even technically summer yet. So I thought instead of getting out and with good old Mr. Skeleton and burning up in the car or planting my plants, which I need to do, maybe we could do something fun inside. So I thought maybe we do a little early Summerween bedroom decorating and do a little spooky spruce up of my bed mainly. We're going to do a little, I don't know what theme we're going to do. I'm kind of running into the same problem I ran into with my mantle. If you watched my halfway to Halloween mantle, I was indecisive per usual about whether I should do an in-your-face Halloween mantle with orange and black and, the whole classic Halloween vibes, or go with something darker and just an overall darker aesthetic. And that's what we went with. And I'm having the same conflict in this bedroom. It's not that serious, but I just don't know whether or not I want to go orange and black and in-your-face Halloween just to give us that boost. I love a good Summerween boost. Or if I just want to go with something spooky in general. Just something, I don't know, I was thinking maybe, I have these sheets I haven't used yet that have bats and moons and stars. So I thought about maybe doing a bat theme or just something overall, just like a spooky vibe, and sticking with more of the black and white color scheme in my bedroom. So I feel like for summer, I don't know, I might go with the bat theme. Freaking bats, my favorite, you know me. But per usual, you never know where the spooky wind will blow us. So we could change our minds halfway through or add skulls or spiders or spider webs or something else. Jack-o'-lanterns, we may throw a jack-o'-lantern in there. But before I jump into this, I wanted to mention the sponsor for today's video because you're going to see in this video my mattress topper, my duvet cover, my pillows, like basically the foundation, the basics on my bed. They're all from Birch because we are huge fans of Birch around here. And thank you, Birch, for sponsoring this video. And I've talked about Birch before because we've had our bed now for several years at this point, and we are still loving our Birch bed and we're still getting amazing sleep. But if you haven't heard of Birch before, Birch Living makes fiberglass-free mattresses crafted with responsibly sourced materials such as organic cotton, organic wool, and 100% natural latex. Their mattresses are also free from polyurethane foams, which can cause harmful off-gassing. And the fact that this mattress is a more natural option is what drew me to this mattress. I had no idea what went into the production of a mattress, what kind of chemicals, what was going on, what they were made of. I had no idea, and I was sleeping on these mattresses for years with no clue, no idea. Not until I found Birch. And on top of that, the major perk is we are sleeping so much better on this mattress. Our old mattress, we were sinking in to basically the ground, and I had no idea because it happened over a course of, like 10 years, 15 years, whatever. Had no idea it was even happening until we got our new Birch mattress. And then all of a sudden I was sleeping like a dream, no more aches and pains, falling asleep faster. And in this house with a 6-month-old especially, every second of sleep counts. Also with the Birch mattress, you get a 100-night sleep trial. So you get more than 3 months to make sure you love it. And the best part of all is Birch delivers your mattress straight to your door for free within the US. They also offer in-home setup and removal to make your buying experience as convenient as possible. So anyways, we've been loving our whole Birch bed around here. So if you've been looking for a new bed, definitely check out Birch. You can head to birchliving.com/JadeTheLibra and use code BirchPartner27 to get 27% off plus 2 free pillows with your mattress purchase during the Memorial Day sale. So anyways, speaking of beds, we're going to go ahead and jump into this Summerween bedroom decorating. So here we go. Let's do this. All right, here we are with this disaster of an unmade bed. It's not the worst it's ever been, but also not the best. So we're gonna take all this off. I already stripped off the, the duvet cover, have that in the wash. And now we're gonna take everything. We've got crumbs in the bed. And I figured while we're doing this, we can talk about some Halloween developments, some things that have been going on, some leaks, and all kinds of things. Okay, first of all, Kirkland's, they put out a leak on TikTok, I think on all their socials, but a bunch of y'all tagged me on TikTok, And I didn't see anything new on that leak. It looked like they're bringing back the ghosts, like the sheet ghosts they had last year, the tall one that we saw in store last year, and just some other spooky items. But I didn't see anything that was that new or exciting. Like, I didn't see, it just looked like some of the stuff we'd seen in years past. So I am excited to see it in the flesh and see what new items they have for 2025 that they didn't have last year. Okay, we're gonna put these sheets on. I'm gonna show you. These guys. These bats and moons and stars. A ghoul from the spooky family sent these my way a couple years ago and I haven't used them yet. I've been kind of trying to space out how often I use my spooky sheets because I don't want them to all, I don't want them to all get worn out at the same time. You know what I mean? Trying to use them just a little bit here and there. And then that way they all get a little bit of use, but they don't get super worn out like really fast or anything. Like those one sheets that I got from Steinmart that I still think about to this day. I ended up having to get rid of them because I used them until they were basically thin and faded and had holes in them. I used them all the way until the end, y'all. But yeah, man, Steinmart had some really cute Halloween sheets. Anyways, longest story longer, what are we talking about? We're talking about Summerween and Halloween releases. Okay, here's one that was a huge surprise to me that I just saw tonight. And this is more of a kids thing. So even if you don't have kids, or your nieces, nephews, or friends with kids, or whatever, kids in a family, extended family, whatever. Because I always like getting my nieces, before I had kids, I get my nieces some spooky clothes. So Children's Place put out a whole Summerween line. I don't think it's that big. It's just like a couple of shirts, it looks like. But I need to take a deeper dive and make sure there's nothing else on there. But they had some really cute t-shirts for kids for Summerween. Who would have thought Children's Place would jump on the Summerween bandwagon? I didn't see that coming. And they have some really cute shirts. It's really, really cute. One of them is this lime green, and it's got a like an ice cream cone stack, but they're skulls. So cute. Anyways, I was shocked to see that, so I gotta get some stuff for Lucian. I don't think they had any baby stuff, so I need to look again, because, like I said, it just popped up for me probably about 15, 20 minutes ago. I don't know, maybe it wasn't that long ago. I was just on my phone, and I saw it pop up, and I was like, oh my gosh. They're doing Summerween at Children's Place. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that at all. What else is happening? I know Home Depot, I had already mentioned Home Depot and their animatronic leaks, which I'm really still excited to see the Bride of Frankenstein in the flesh. What else did I see? Oh, I saw some Spooky Town leaks. I don't know, they have some really cool stuff this year, and I need to put out the Spooky Town that I have, but I don't know. I can't figure out what theme I want to do for Spooky Town. Like what, I didn't really, when I first started buying Spooky Town, it didn't occur to me to maybe hone in on like one theme. Maybe just start with a witch's cottage, you know what I mean? And then, grow from there. What are your plans for Summerween, by the way? Do you do a little celebration? Let me know down in the comments, because maybe we should do a little Summerween series where we kind of combine Summerween and Spooky Kitchen, and I don't know, maybe we host a little, even if it's just me and Dallas and the kids, we host like a little Spooky Family Summerween, and I don't know, like just do a cute little Summerween dinner and movie night. That sounds so much fun. So I don't know, we might do that. We've got Lucian's birthday here coming up. And on his actual birthday, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go to the petting zoo. He hasn't been before. I'm so excited. I don't know how he's going to, I don't know what his reaction's going to be. There's always a little bit of a petting zoo at the pumpkin patch we go to every year. Or at the cider mill is what it is. But it's like a cider mill / pumpkin patch situation. And there's always a petting zoo there, but it's usually kind of cold, or it's not the same. Like this petting zoo, you can feed milk to the goats, to the baby goats, and like they've got all sorts of playgrounds and all sorts of stuff for kids. We'll see how, this has a hole in it. Perfect. Got a little slasher theme going on with this pillow. We're just gonna make it work. We can make a spooky theme with just about anything around here. Yeah, anyways, let me know your Summerween plans down in the comments. Are you having a Summerween extravaganza, like a little barbecue, carving watermelon situation, or are you going to a petting zoo? I'm just kidding. Let me know though in the comments what you're doing. I need to put this duvet on. And then, by the way, this duvet is an off-white color. So if you see it next to the sheets and you're like, that's dirty, it's just an off-white. But it throws me off every time I see it. I'm like, this looks dirty. And I'm like, no, it's just like a beigey color. All right, oh wait, I need to put the duvet on. But I want to get Neens' blankets put in because this is the order we usually did it. And yes, I'm still, as far as I'm concerned, Neens' blankets will be in our bed forever because I just can't see us getting rid of these blankets. And these were the last blankets that she cuddled with, and they still smell like her. And so I'm refusing to wash them, and they are in her usual spot, her favorite spot, because I figured if she ever wants to visit in spirit, she has a nice soft place to land. And that is, yeah. I still have a hard time when I make the bed because, you know, it is what it is. Hey everyone, it is officially day 2 of our Summerween bedroom decorating. An unplanned day 2. I'm not gonna lie. Last night I had a little bit of a moment. Neens' blankets got me. They got me. If you know, if you're new here, first of all, welcome to the spooky family. We're excited to have you. Neens was my 19-year-old Chihuahua who passed away in November, 2 days before Lachlan was born. So my 6-month-old was born. And if you haven't been around here, Neens was always part of the bedroom decorating set. Let me put on this duvet cover that's going to take me 3,000 years to put on as we're talking about this. But basically, Neens was always a part of our bedroom decorating. Anything we decorate, Summerween, Halloween, the holidays, everything. Neens would be on her little mound in the middle of the bed, and she'd always get an attitude anytime I put the pillows down in front of her or around her. If you know, she's so cute. And you can go back in older videos, any bedroom decorating videos, and she's there, and and her little head would pop up, or her little ears would stick out from behind the pillows. She's just so sweet. But anyways, I know that I'll continue to go through the grieving process. There's no real timeline or any real way to grieve, of course. But it's been hitting me a lot lately because I think after I had Lachlan, I was in this fight or flight. Well, I know I probably was in this fight or flight mode. And my brain just was focusing on taking care of a newborn and trying to protect itself from, harm or anything, from the outside that was stressful or, whatever. And now that Lachlan's becoming a little bit more independent, I feel like my brain is like, there are little things that I notice, like her blankets or just little moments here or there when I feel like I need her. And God, I just don't want to get upset again. But anyways, and I just have to take a second. And that was last night. I just had a really rough night with it, and I just needed to take a little bit of a break. And I was like, I don't know if I can finish filming this because I'm crying. So anyways, that was last night. So we're back, and we're making this Summerween bed and putting on this white duvet cover. Anyways, longest story longer, I like having a white duvet, especially for spring and summer, and like something a little fresh, but still spooky. Like I like it bright, fresh, but spooky. And then in the fall, I like to bring in some of my dark colors because I feel like at that point, I really start feeling the season. it changes the whole vibe, which is what I want usually around then. I don't know if anyone else is like this. Let me know in the comments. Like, if I want a fall bedroom, I want it to be fall. I want it to feel like fall. I want to feel the change. I don't really want it to be like my bed the rest of the year. You know what I mean? Anyways, maybe I'm just getting too serious about this and I'm deflecting because I'm heartbroken about my dog, but that's okay. Anyways, okay. What I was going to say, though, is my total nervous breakdown about losing my best friend of 19 years, aka Neens. What is going on here? We got stuff stuck and so anyways, the silver lining about not finishing this last night is I saw that Cracker Barrel put out their online stuff. So they put Halloween out online. And I don't know if I'd be able to talk about this if we finished this bed last night. So now I'm all excited. So I feel like Neens was coming through in the afterlife and she's like, well, you gotta grieve me right now because I need you to check Cracker Barrel, please. I feel like she would do that, though. Anyways, the spooky ghoul herself has spoken. Anyways, so what was I talking about? Oh, Cracker Barrel. So they put out some stuff online. But there was, I don't know. Let me know what you think. They had some ghosty pieces, some new ghosts. They had a dog ghost and a cat ghost, and they were really cute. Not something, I wish they had more of like a chihuahua looking dog ghost, but beggars can't be choosers. Anyways, and they had some of their other ghost things back. Like they had the wraith back. They had that ghost with the orb looking thing that they had last year. They came out with that last year as new. And they had the witch. And so a lot of their really cool wraithy pieces were back this year. And then they also had some blow molds. I feel like Cracker Barrel has some of the best blow molds of any of the stores out there. Or at least last year, I feel like their blow molds were, I think I bought all of them. I was so excited about them last year. And this year, I'm not the most excited about them, which is okay because the last thing on this planet I need is another blow mold, another really large Halloween piece that I have to store. So I was kind of hoping to hone in on that kind of stuff this year anyway. So I'm not even mad that it's not really my taste this year. But they had a really cute tombstone. They had this ghosty that is so cute with a little witch hat. But it looks very similar to the one from Kirkland's last year. So normally I get that one, but I already have one that's super similar from Kirkland's. And then they had a stack of skulls, which they also had a stack of skulls last year with a raven on top. This year there was no raven, but it's still a stack of skulls. So where did I go wrong? Where is the hole that I missed? Oh wait, there it is. All the way over here. Gotta start over. Anyways, so if you hear a crying baby, that's Lachlan downstairs because he's in a really bad mood today since he's not taking his naps. I don't know what's going on, but he does not want to take his naps today. Absolutely not. He's been taking like 10-minute naps. And then you feel like you got to start over, so you have to wait another like 2 hours before he gets tired again. It's a nightmare. It's an actual nightmare, I'm not going to lie. But at least we got this duvet cover on. So let me know what you think of the Cracker Barrel stuff down in the comments because I was excited to see it, but nothing really stood out to me. But who knows? When we see it in the flesh, that we might change our mind. I feel like that happens a lot. I'll see it online, especially Bath and Body Works. Does anyone else feel this way? At Bath and Body Works, like I'll go online and I'll see when they put their stuff out, I'll see some of their stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is cute, but I don't need it, you know? And then I see it in the flesh. And the one thing about Bath and Body Works stuff, it is pretty pricey every year. But when you see it in person, I feel like the quality is actually pretty good on a lot of their stuff. And I don't know. Don't quote me on that because that can always change. I feel like every time I say something like that, I put my foot in my mouth. So it could change. But I feel like over the last several years, like they will charge a lot for something like a candle pedestal. But it is a heavy, like an actual physically heavy pedestal. It's not some light plasticky hollow thing. It's usually really heavy, very detailed, and so I can't be mad at it. But yeah, so that's one of those places where I see it online, like, I don't know that I need it, and I see it in person, and I can't help myself. So, but yeah, I'm excited to see the Cracker Barrel stuff in person, because if they put it out online earlier this year, that means that we're probably going to see it in the flesh sooner this year. So, you know, we're going to have to go check Cracker Barrel. I'm so excited. Wait, did I put this on wrong? Why? I did. No, I hate these things. I hate these things. And some of you are like, just get a regular comforter. But I love the feeling of a down comforter. I just hate the dang duvet covers. Okay, all right. I'm going to pause this and put this on really quickly, because there's no need to be sitting here for 300 years. I just need to do it quickly. Quickly. All right, we're back. We survived the duvet cover, and I'm going to fix my sheets. I realize they're all messed up. All right, where were we? What were we talking about? Does anyone remember? I don't know. Cracker Barrel? I'm just excited to get out there and see all of the Halloween things. I cannot wait. So anyways, I'm hoping this bed will maybe summon the Halloween spirits, and all of the stores will magically have Halloween. No, not really. I know that's not going to happen. But a ghoul can dream. Anyways, that's okay though if it doesn't happen right away, because we've got other Summerween plans. You know what? I wish they had more Summerween things in general. You know, like bed sheets with skeleton flamingos and maybe some spooky pineapples, or, you know, just like a Summerween vibe. I don't know if that might be too bright colored for me. I remember Target that one year put out the jack-o'-lantern fruits. I think it was just fruits. I don't think they did vegetables. But it was like if you remember, you remember. They had a bunch of fruits, like pineapples, did they have watermelon, lemons? They had all different types of fruits that had jack-o'-lantern faces. And I remember, I think I was even critical of that line. I was like, what is this? This isn't Halloween. I don't know. Maybe I didn't say that. Maybe I just thought it in my head. Because I remember at the time, I didn't buy any of it because I was like, what is this? And I feel like maybe they put that line out a little bit earlier. Not in the summer or anything, but just, it was kind of the first round of stuff they put out on the shelves. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm remembering it incorrectly, but I don't think so. My brain typically doesn't fail me, but you never know. You never know. But yeah, I feel like it was kind of one of the first, because I remember they put them out in the front before they put out the rest of the Halloween. I think I'm remembering this correctly. Anyways, what were we talking about? What are we putting out for pillows? I think all I have is black. The black furry pillows, that's all we got. So we're putting those on. Does it go? It's not like it doesn't go, but it's not like, you know, I don't know that I have any other black furry things on my bed, but that's okay. Anyways, what were we talking about, everybody? Oh, these fruits. I'm regretting not buying any of those fruits because they would make perfect. This is the same thing I run into every year with the Halloween. Does anyone else run into this? The Halloween decor. Every year, I'm like, oh, I'm going to get some pink stuff, some cutesy stuff, so I can decorate for Halloween. And then the time rolls around. I've talked about this before a million times. The time rolls around, Halloween's here, and the cute pastel stuff is out, and I don't buy it because I'm like, this isn't fall. I don't want to. I'm like in Halloween mode. I want to buy my gothic Halloween fall stuff. I'm not thinking about pastels and Easterween or Halloween or any of that. I'm not thinking of that, and I need to think ahead. But it's hard to get in the mindset. Okay, what are we? Is that my phone? All right, hold on. So anyways, longest story longer, I think that was my mindset with this fruit jack-o'-lantern line they put out, was I was thinking in my mind, like, what am I going to use this for? This doesn't go with any of my color schemes. And it's like, well, you could just make it work. I mean, come on. It can't be that hard. But I wasn't liking the vibe for Halloween, but for Summerween, it would have been perfect. And I didn't, yeah. Yep, we missed out. So anyway, hopefully one year they bring it back. I feel like that was the year that they really had good stuff. Okay, let's move on to pillows. What are we doing for pillows? I feel like we have some options. So we're doing this bat, and I know I was just thinking about this last night. I was like, oh, we did bats. We did bats flying up the wall for Halloween last year. I don't think we're doing that this year, or for Summerween, because I don't know if I want to go all out for Summerween. I kind of just want to do some sheets, some throw pillows, just something a little festive. Because sometimes I feel like in my bedroom mainly, the rest of my house is spooky all year round, so, or like dark aesthetic all year round, so I still feel inspired during Halloween season, but in here, if I go too all out, I just don't feel the magic when it's Halloween time. And I want to feel the magic. Like I want to go all out during Halloween and do the wall and the wreath and do the whole thing. So I think for this, we're just going to keep it simple. But I just don't know what I want to do yet for pillows. I was thinking about doing these bat pillows. Did we use these? I don't even remember what we did for our Halloween bed. I don't remember at all. I think I was probably in labor, not really. But these are cute, but I don't know what other pillows I want to put in with them. Do you like those, or does it not really work? I also have these skull pillows. But I didn't know skulls would go in. I mean, I guess it's not that they don't go. But it's not that they do either. I just need some plain black, although I have plain black pillows right here. So that's the whole idea. I feel like these pillows are kind of sagging a little bit. Okay, so I thought about this. Let me go get this pillow. Hold on a minute. We haven't used this pillow yet. This little hearse pillow. I think this is so freaking cute. I don't know why we haven't used it yet. Maybe I was saving it for a special occasion, and here we are. I don't know. You can't have a Summerween evening without a little hearse ride. Am I right? Since it is Summerween, we could always do a little pumpkin. I really like the hearse, though. This little pumpkin. And that's cute, but I don't know if does it go with the blue and the yellow stars? The hearse, though, I feel like is the perfect little accent pillow. I just don't know if I like the bats. The bats go with the bedding, but I just feel like something's missing. Okay, I feel like I use these pillows every single time I do any sort of Halloween bedroom with the spooky castle. But I don't know, the hearse with the spooky castle, it's giving a Munster vibe that I like. But I don't know, because it's the same print. So, I don't know. Like, one side has part of the house sticking out, and the other side has these bats sticking out. I like the bats. I got this hearse pillow from At Home was it last year? I think it was last year. I'm excited to see what At Home has for pillows this year. Okay, we could do the black. Just the plain black. There goes the pillow again. I don't know, I really hate that I use these pillows every single time, but they really are that good. I'm not gonna lie. They really are. I know it just ends up being like, okay, you're doing the same thing, just mixing it up a little bit, but a ghoul likes what she likes, and this is what I like. But also, these pillows are so good. They're from Home Goods, by the way, a couple years ago, but they had them several years in a row. So I feel like I didn't see them last year, but that doesn't mean they weren't out. Oh, I thought this was a bug, but it was a piece of fuzz. But usually they have these pillows every year. And, oh, I love them. They're some of my favorite pillows. I keep them in my living room all year round, but I don't know, I feel like we need to do the spooky house pillows. I'm just going to put that out there. I feel like I like the 2 and then the 2 and then the hearse. Because the hearse, this is their house. I'm making it a whole storyline. Okay, now what throw do we use? That is the question. I only have, no, I have more. Do I have a bat throw? Note to self. I want to get I thought I had one. I don't think I do though. I thought I got a bat throw that was a fancier kind of throw. Like this one. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I just saw it and passed on it because I thought I didn't need it, but now I need it. It's kind of like a fancier one, like this one that has the shaggy, but it had bats on it. Do I need to go look? Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to go look to see what, I'm going to take a gander. Okay, so what I can't decide. What are you doing, silly? You looking at mama? Here. Alright, so what I need to figure out now, you do tummy time, is if I want to do this spider web blanket. Whoosh! I feel like I always rotate between this spider web blanket and then the skull one on the corner. It's not that it doesn't go. I just like the look of the fancier blanket. Get Jack. Get Jack. Get him. Can you play with him for just a second? Okay. So I don't know if I want to do the spider web. It's not that it doesn't go. I guess the spider webs can tie into, maybe it's like a cobweb in the house or something. I don't know. Or I could do this one that has bats on it, but I don't know if is that you like that? Where's Lucky? Here he is! I know it goes with the bats, but I just don't know if I like the look of these types of blankets on my bed. I like them on a couch and stuff. I'm just not, there's too many bats. Are you silly? Are you silly? Are you a silly boy? This is probably going to be the end result, minus Beetlejuice and Jack Skellington on the bed. Although, maybe we'll keep him there. But I think this is it. I think we're going with the spooky house, the bats, the hearse, and some random spider webs. But note to self this year, everybody, don't let me forget to look for a fancy blanket with bats. That is something on my list this year to get. Probably from Home Goods, because that's where I've gotten all my other ones. So anyways, let me take the baby stuff off of here, and then we'll do a proper send-off. Alright, so I just finished doing the cover photo for this video, and I wanted to do a proper send-off now that we are officially done with our Summerween bedroom. And we did a little bat situation, a little hearse, little spooky mansion, some spider webs. We've got a whole spooky situation going on. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out here and decorating my Summerween bedroom with me. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. Say, hey, ghoul, hey, down in the comments, because you know I love talking to you. And anything you want to talk about down in the comments, anything we talked about in this video, any of the, they're not spoilers, they're more releases, leaks, all the things. Let me know what you think down in the comments about Kirkland's. Cracker Barrel came out with some stuff. Whatever it is you want to talk about, or any of the other leaks you've been seeing out there that you want to chit chat about down in the comments. If you want to talk about Home Depot and their animatronic leaks, whatever it is you want to talk about, let's chat it up, because I'm just ready. The only thing that's left at this point is to start seeing Halloween in stores. We've seen enough leaks. We've seen enough releases online. I feel like it's time. I know we're going to see more online releases before we see stuff in stores, but I'm so ready. Anyways, I'm glad we have a spooky bedroom just in time for summer, and now we can focus on getting out on the hunt. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.